Hello and welcome to episode 5 of the Commerce Riff with the CPG Guys. I'm, of course, your co-host Sri Rajagopalan, aka Papa Raj, and I use my last name for the first time in the history of the CPG Guys. I'm also co-founder and CEO of Think Blue Consulting, and I'm joined by my co-host and co-founder of the CPG Guys, Mr. PVSP, aka Peter VS Bond. How you doing, man?
Wait, your last name is Rajagopalan? How did I not know this? This is crazy. Hey, Papa Raj. I hear you got some new swag. You're going to have to dazzle fans with that on social media. It says Papa Raj on the back. I'm really excited to see that. I'm doing great. We're 4 episodes already in. We didn't get one done last week. We were kind of busy at grocery shop. We are, of course, sharing our opinion on what we consider to be the most important news items from our great CPG and retail omnichannel industry. Make sure you're following us, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's real easy. Just look for CPG Guys. Yep, it's that easy. So, Sheree, let's kick it off. Big news, Rite Aid. What's the deal?
This one makes me sad, but Fox Business reports that pharmacy chain or drugstore Rite Aid closed all of its locations after filing for bankruptcy twice in less than 2 years. The retailer posted a brief announcement on its website. All Rite Aid stores are now closed, the site states. We thank our loyal customers for the many years of support the website offers, former customers their pharmacy and immunization history, as well as assistance with finding pharmacies that their prescriptions can be transferred to. The drugstore chain operated in the U.S. for more than 60 years. The company had opportunities to merge with Walgreens in 2007, Albertsons in 2018, but it unfortunately rejected both, according to Investopedia. Back in 1987, Rite Aid was indeed the largest drugstore chain in the U.S. with more than 2,000 stores, according to the website. The drugstore chain operated for 60 plus years, and I was such a big fan because of that number. Being in the Northeast and that high penetration, I'm deeply saddened to see the end of it. Anyway, Peter, we have what you and I would consider a blockbuster announcement from Spotify and Amazon.
Yeah, I'll say one thing about Rite Aid. Former president Lou Laram and his family founded it. He's a fellow Hill School alum. I remember growing up in going to prep school in Eastern Pennsylvania, and that was a big part of it. Rite Aid. Sad to see them go. Yeah, big announcement, Sri, going on with Amazon and Spotify. They've announced a global strategic integration that provides advertisers using Amazon's DSP or demand-side platform programmatic access to Spotify's high-quality streaming audio and video inventory. This partnership brings Amazon's trillions of shopping, streaming, and browsing signal together with Spotify's global audience of nearly 700 million monthly users, enabling advertisers to reach engaged audiences at scale while providing access to full funnel measurement and attribution. From today, the offering will be available in the US, Canada, the UK, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Brazil, and Mexico. Further countries will be added in 2026, quote, by combining Amazon's diverse audience and first-party signals with Spotify's high-quality content and engaged fan base. We're creating new and meaningful ways for advertisers to amplify their omni-channel advertising strategies, said Meredith Goldman, director of Amazon DSP at Amazon Ads. Quote, Amazon DSP now has unprecedented scale across Amazon and open internet audio supply, allowing us to set new standards for holistic campaign planning and activation. Wow, this is really big. Advertisers using the Amazon DSP will have access to Spotify's streaming audio and video ad inventory, enabling omni-channel activation at scale. This partnership allows advertisers to incorporate Spotify's high-quality content alongside Amazon's diverse content, or rather diverse connected TV inventory, supporting effective full funnel planning, activation, and measurement in a single solution. You know, Sri, Amazon DSP just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's a juggernaut, Sri.
Yeah, what was another one they recently announced? Just recently, we had talked about it on the Riff a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, they added Netflix,
and so now they have Netflix.
Yeah,
now they get Spotify. Like, we're
audio, video, they're everywhere, Sri. They have all. Everyone is plugging into Amazon. They want access, and a lot of it has to do with the Amazon Marketing Cloud, right? It's a measurement tool that everybody wants part of that clean room.
Also, to some extent, I feel, I can't say this with certainty, but if you're in the TV business, streaming TV, entertainment business, thing with Spotify, maybe in the future, as clickable buy happens within connected TV and audio as well, it lead to a buy on Amazon. Let's see for speculation here on that one, and indeed turns out to be right. But Peter and I, the CPG guys, We are good friends with Amazon Ads. We featured them on the show. We had Tanner Elton live from Cannes Lions this year. It was episode number 500. It was a blockbuster episode. I think it's a big deal, and so does Peter. So, with that whopper of a partnership, let's transition to a recent earnings announcement for Q2. The 360 Merchandising Solutions assessment of Kroger's Q2 2025 earnings call made it clear the grocery game is being redefined around, let me go slow, freshness, scalar digital, and efficiency. Did you hear me say anything about Center Store? Fresh is outspacing Center Store. Pricing and promotions are being simplified. Kroger says our brands continue to outperform national brands and e-commerce growth is fueling retail media profitability. Hallelujah. Store networks are being reshaped with closures, faster builds, more efficient layouts, while cost and sourcing efficiency remain top priorities for the company. For brands, Kroger's message is simple. Align with Kroger's new playbook. Fresh cues, digital visibility, margin-friendly promo, and efficient partnerships, or risk being left behind. Even Center Store brands should lean into fresh cues to clean ingredients, packaging, positioning around health, convenience. Kroger's personal brands products once again outpaced national brand sales, continuing a trend of shoppers trading into private label for value and quality. They've already said e-commerce grew, but it grew 16% year-over-year quarter, driven by more households and higher order frequency. The key word here being more households. And if you get that with higher order frequency, you're exponentially growing everything. Kroger emphasized that digital momentum is an all-profit driver. As I mentioned, through retail media, Peter and I, through our own experiences working in retail media, know at this point it's a clutch for retailers. It's happening, folks. Make sure you do those partnerships. Digital shelves are becoming increasingly important as a core growth engine. Who better than Peter to tell us about that? Kroger is also closing approximately 60 underperforming stores while accelerating new openings with more efficient layouts, faster construction timelines, expecting 30% more openings in the future. Brands, pay attention to your JBPs, focus on the retailer's priorities, fresh, private label, and digital e-commerce. Peter, what do you think about Kroger in their earnings release saying digital is that important to them, getting new households?
Shri, they've been building their capabilities for 25 years, beginning with the partnership they established with dunnhumby. They ingested it, turned it into 8451. They are avant-garde. They understand their consumers. They have a customer-first policy. Don't avoid them at your own peril. They're a force to be reckoned with. Shri, we're 4 months away from Super Bowl 60. Can you believe it? And ads for the big game are already sold out. Commercials bringing in more than $8 million for a 30-second ad spot for broadcaster.
That's like 20-30% of even the largest companies' ad budgets.
It's crazy, Shri. I'm still amazed that people will drop all this money in this day and age. But with so much cable cutting and people not watching linear television, this is the one event where you do get reach. And the reality is, for broadcaster NBC Universal, they know that Super Bowl 59 became the most watched Super Bowl ever. There is unprecedented demand for advertisers for this year, set there on February 8th. Adding to the hype, Puerto Rican music phenom Bad Bunny will perform during the Super Bowl halftime show. From Bad Bunny to potentially the Duracell Bunny, CPG Guys will track every ad, advertiser, teaser, trailer, full commercial, and major update as it plays out next year. We'll have a recap immediately after the game. Shri, finish this out.
Close it out, Peter, by saying those of you that react to Bad Bunny, who is Bad Bunny? He is one of the most downloaded artists of our times these days, like made up there with I don't want to now make the Taylor Swift fans crazy, but he's up there from a male performer. So do check out who Bad Bunny is. All right, folks, that's our take on relevant commerce happenings from so many announcements this past week. We thought were meaningful and could not be passed on for a riff. We thought last week that Accelerate was powerful, get informed, be curious. This week, we went all the way from Accelerate up in Seattle to the Super Bowl next year. We hope you enjoyed it. Please do click, like our posts on all platforms, follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube. Thank you. We'll see you next week for another edition of Commerce Riff by the CPG Guys. And with that, let me also say to all our sponsors, Grocery Shop 2025, from Peter and me, thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next week.
The content in this podcast episode is provided for general informational purposes only. By listening to our episode, you understand that no information contained in this episode should be construed as advice from CPG Guys LLC or the individual author, hosts, or guests, nor is it intended to be a substitute for research on any subject matter. Reference to any specific product or entity does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by CPG Guys LLC. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. The views expressed by CPG Guys LLC do not represent the views of their employers or the entity they represent. CPG Guys LLC expressly disclaims any and all liability or responsibility for any direct, indirect, incidental, special, consequential, or other damages arising out of any individual's use of, reference to, or inability to use this podcast or the information we present in this podcast.